That's awesome. So our next match, which was Aaron's lock of the week, and Aaron, the Wolves, like, they tried to do it for you, or maybe they didn't, because, okay, oh gosh, this game, guys, I watched this game, and I was able to give myself an exercise in empathy, if you can understand where I'm going with this, to be a Wolves fan and to really want the Wolves to win. That's what it is. It's an exercise in empathy, Isaac. So that's the hot take for the week from that. It must be so frustrating to be a Wolves fan right now, and I say this from experience. First of all, because I watched every second of this game closely, they are so Neto dependent, and obviously Jimenez is out. I have so many things to say right now, so let me try to channel them. So here's my first thing on Neto. So first of all, they're very Neto dependent, and I was actually speaking with Johnny, who did our 5-minute friendly earlier this week, and he was saying that the manager, there's already rumors that he might be on his way out. And I have to say, from what I saw over the weekend, I sort of maybe support that, which I don't love to say. His name is escaping me right now. Help me with his name.
Nuno.
Yeah, Nuno. So here's the thing with Nuno. I like him from what I've seen and from what they've done. But I'm telling you, watching them looked like their whole coaching was like, well, just do everything you can to get the ball to Neto. And so whenever people got the ball, they didn't even really have any of their own ideas. There were so many times where the ball was forced over to the other side, and you saw Neto kind of like, I mean, he wants it, which is a good thing. But so first of all, the team as a whole, bad attitude towards wanting everything to Neto. Second thing, most overrated player in the Premier League coming into this season is Adama Traore. And I know, Isaac, you made a great point earlier when we spoke about this, that Adama was already trending down last season. Like, that's true. But this guy, Aaron, do you know what this guy does every time before he gets on the field?
He oils up his arm with baby oil. Yeah.
He lubes himself up. No. Sometimes
it's a great strategy. If I was playing today, I might do that.
So, Aaron, here's the thing. Do you know why we don't all walk around with breathing tanks? It's because our lungs would forget how to breathe. Like, our body would become worse at breathing. So when you have to put baby oil on your arms to be able to get by defenders, you lose the ability to get by defenders. And let me tell you something. That has happened for Adama Traore. And this is kind of my point, is he should be doing more. He's good for 1 or 2 great balls into the box a game. But what are we doing? Doing everything we can to get it to Semedo and to get it for Neto. And by the way, do you know who plays behind Adama? Do you know who their left back is for this game? Think about it for a second.
Their left back or their right back?
Well, no, it was on the left side. No,
it was Marshall or
Saiss, the center back.
Yeah. Oh.
Dendonka, Cody, and no, Semedo. Well, that's what I can't figure out. Isaac, I couldn't figure it out. So this is what I'm saying. Either Semedo is playing in the midfield, or Adama is playing as a left wing back, or who knows what. But that team just should be better.
See, I didn't watch this game because it was the lock of the week, in my opinion. So I didn't even watch it. But I understand what you're saying, and I agree they are very Neto dependent. And I think it's tough on Adama because I think he is an amazing role player. And if he has the supporting cast around him where he can, either come off the bench and impact a game or not have to be kind of the focus of all their creative play, essentially, along with Neto, and he can just be that kind of battering ram, baby-oiled battering ram that he kind of is going down the wing. I think it's a great option for a lot of teams. It's just when your whole offense kind of runs around him and one other player, that's a lot to ask of him.
Yeah, like Jake, when you were saying that he's the most overrated, I think he is so overrated because he was asked to do a lot more that he can't necessarily do. Because of the injury to Raul. So, and as far as Nuno goes, I think he's a great inspirer of the people, and he's a great man manager. As far as I know, he has a great relationship with the players. But tactically, he hasn't really shown that flexibility that you kind of alluded to. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's elsewhere. They have a very young squad still. So I also, part of me, I hope he has more time with the core players. and selling off Adama, getting another quality either backup striker or winger to come in could improve that squad quite a bit looking ahead to next year.
Yeah, Wolves are such an interesting team. Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, let me ask you a question, because this was my last thing that I forgot. Diego Costa. Remember that conversation? You know how many games he's played for Atleti this season?
2, something like that.
7.
0?
7.
In the past month and a half since the January trade deadline, probably 0. So, my question for you guys is this. Because the Wolves are really, what you're about to say, Aaron, the Wolves are a fascinating team. And this is why, as a fan, I would be huge. Like, if this was Tottenham, I'd be pissed. Because I believe, with the league being the way it is, with a legit striker, Wolves could be fighting for top 6. They could be up when you're like West Ham. They could be like 8, 9, 7, floating around there.
They were before the Raul injury, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's almost like when Raul went down injured, it was almost like they kind of resigned to being a mid-table team this season. Right. And so what I was saying is I think they're an interesting team, and I don't think they're going to have any trouble signing players and becoming better because, from my understanding, they're kind of agent-owned. George Mendes, who's a big Portuguese agent, I think he represents Ronaldo, etc. He basically has some ownership over this club, and most of the players there are his players. So they have that stream of talent coming in. It's a very strange situation.
How do you know this stuff? You're the best.
Basically, they have this stream of talent and these connections, so they're going to be set. And I think Nuno's one of his clients too, and so I think there's that relationship there. And I think their goal is just to get through this season unscathed, essentially, which they will, and reset for next season.
Okay, but as a fan, you should have won that game. You should have won that game. You had 2 clear chances.
I think the whole season's very frustrating for them as a fan.
It's a tough season. So anyway, for us Wolves, we've done you guys now from just listening to me, but we've all done an empathy exercise, and we are here for you.